Are live. Good morning. This is the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, and I hope you're doing well. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach, and this is our 364th. One more day, and we have done this an entire year, 365 episodes. Only one day did I take off because I was camping and there was no electronics, so but I make clarification. There's a note in there. It wasn't consecutive because no electronics. But we talk about Scrum and Agile in a practical and tactical way so that you can get home to your family and friends, get out of your caves, have some fun with them, deliver product to your customer in a timely manner. Eureka. Waste. Hello. And have some fun along the way. So tomorrow is our 1-year anniversary. So I got a couple of things planned. We're going to see. It's all going to be an experiment because I don't know. We're going to do it live. We're going to see how it works. I'll do a little tiny Coke experiment. We're going to do fortune cookie. We are going to talk some Agile and Scrum because I always got to put some content in there, right? But let's just talk about how the year went, what I learned. I don't know if I'll talk about what I learned about doing YouTube. Maybe I'd do some YouTube stuff. Like how to do, that's bait click, right? That's worse bait click than my Mentos Coke experiments for fun stuff and the fun stuff I put in. But there's some things I learned over the year. Maybe one day I will do a show on it and share it. So anyway, let's get going because I know the kids are getting up and everything like that because it's a little bit later than normal. It's about 6:48. So when I went live, besides on the NASA stuff, that was cool yesterday. You see, they launched another rocket. So I got the announcement. It says at 6:47, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum went live. So we'll do that tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. We will go live and do our live show. It's one thing I found about live is that from a work level, doing it live is so much easier because all the software takes forever to process the video and posting the video and doing all that stuff. If I actually do it live and send it up directly, it's easier, quicker for me to download it back down and then process it and then change it and make cuts and things like that. So that's all. It's just easier. Live is live, and it's fun, right? You get to see weird stuff. Hopefully not too weird. Just me. Okay, so what do I want to talk about? So, in the book, I think this is kind of one of the last references, Fixing Your Scrum, the last section by Ryan Ripley and Todd Miller, right? They go through in the end, they kind of rush it through, I think, a little bit, but, we're going to do another book because there's always so much that we talk about. We did 365 days worth of stuff here. Sprint reviews was one of the last ones. I think they also did retrospectives, and I don't know if I did. So there are going to be a couple issues from the book. But page 176 of the book, they said talked about inviting stakeholders and to sprint reviews, and it just triggered some stuff that I've seen over time, right? Most people are negative about stakeholders coming to sprint reviews, and I saw everything in their content was everybody worried that the stakeholders are going to trash product. It's going to be negative. Well, one, that tells me what kind of leadership you have in an organization, because if stakeholders are always negative, then you got a negative organization. Now, if you've done a terrible job, a different story. But if all they do is pick on stuff and don't see where they can get value, which will be in the second part of this discussion. But what about potential positives, right? So everybody's worried about the negatives, but by not inviting the stakeholders to a review, you're missing out on the potential positive opportunities. I've seen where we made some bots, right, to do some manual work. And as we were doing the bots, it turned out that it wasn't perfect, right? They demonstrated that the bots took care of, not 100%. The goal The goal was 100%. Take this manual operation, convert it all, do it automatically so that these documents and documents and documents of paperwork was all handled through bots and reviews and checks and things like that. But when they first let it out, it did 20%. So 20% of the workload of this group got done by bots. And, everybody would be like, oh, the product owners, this is terrible. It's terrible. But what about, if I was your stakeholder, I'd be like, let's do it. I get to eliminate 20% of my manual operation with this bot. I know it's not 100%, but dude, that's a win, right? So you get stakeholders like me. I'm like, can we implement it now? And then you don't worry about that definition done, right? Because I'll be like, and I have done this to people in the past. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. Let's do it now. If we deploy, we can't do. I want it. I want that bot to take away 20% of my manual operation. I know it's not 100%. It ain't perfect like what you want, but it is what it is. And then they're like, it's not 100%. Well, there's stuff that I can't do. Flag it, put it off the side, and I'll do my manual operation. Because now my people have 20% more time to go do it. I get more stuff through the process. So, everybody wants it perfect, and it's got to have all these complexities, and every use case, every stretch case has got to be done. Dude, hey, knock on wood. Guess what? We used to do this all manually. So when people lose that context about how work used to get done, we'd employ thousands and thousands of people to manually do this stuff. You're like, well, it's not perfect. It doesn't have every exception. And it's got to, you know what? Just flag the freaking exceptions. Put them off into the manual pile for now until we write the code to figure out how the exception works. It's called software. It ain't that hard. Problem is, it's like, if it ain't perfect, doesn't do everything, cover every exception, then the software's no good. I'm like, give me something that gives me a 20% return or a 20% reduction of my cost. I'll fucking take that. Excuse my French. I'll take that in a minute. So think about if you don't invite the stakeholders, maybe it's a nurse, right? Hey, we figured a way to automate, populate these couple fields here. But we haven't done the whole sheet, so we're not going to give it to you. And you're a nurse doing COVID data fields in that database that doesn't work very well. So I'm a nurse. You're like, you got it automated, populated for these like 10 fields. Can I have it? I'd be like, I'll take it. It's like, because the way the data is nowadays, and what these people don't understand is that if I was a nurse and did that, it says we fill out more data, more paperwork than we do visit the customer, right? Because by law, we have to fill all these documents in every form and every code and all that stuff. So if you can make 10 of them automated filled out for us, so I don't have to manually do it, it's a win. So that's the benefit of positive stakeholders and taking what you got. Here's what I got. Can you use it? Like maybe change the question. Here's what I got. Can you use it? I should tell you a story one day. I will. Okay. So here's another one example. And it talks about exceptions in the software. So everybody's negative. Let's say handling foreign currency. There was an example, I think, in the book about foreign currency. So in the existing system, maybe we don't have the software because foreign currency is more complicated. We're not there yet, but we know it's there. We'll put some hooks in there so it can be processed. This data, right? Maybe you ask your BA to calculate what percentage of the business is foreign currency. Maybe your percent of your business is foreign currency is only 10%. So you're spending all this time coding all this stuff for a foreign currency activity that's only 10% of your work. Again, that's the job of the business analyst, is to come back and tell us what your customer makeup is. That's what they don't do enough as. They always writing all these stories and all this. This is, well, yeah, that's okay. But the value comes in what customer benefit, what percentage of the customer will benefit from this. If your business is only 10% foreign currency and you're holding up releasing software because it just doesn't handle the foreign currency, like flag the sucker to get manually processed like we do now today. Big deal, big whoop. All the other stuff, process it, get it done, make money. Those are the kind of things. And I will give you, we're at the 10:30. I'll give you one story in this whole thing about getting value out there. I had built a little tracking device when I worked for the Navy Department, and it was never existed before. It was a track, I will say, highly valuable property. And we had software on it, and it was pretty cool. It's a very cool thing. Actually, there's a picture of it on my Twitter account, and it might be on my LinkedIn account. Box Evolution. Anyway, so I asked this colonel who was in charge of this military base. I said, "Hey, well, not in charge of the base. Well, he was in charge of the department, a couple $1 billion worth of revenue or property." I go, "Sir," I said, because I had some problems with the software or the battery life. The battery life, the guy's like, "Well, man, we can't give it back. We can't, the battery we want to last 5 years, but it's only going to last a year." And I go, "Why?" "Well, we're integrating it like every half hour or whatever, something like that." I asked the colonel, "Sir, if I could tell you where your stuff is every day, once a day, would you be happy?" He says, "Oh my God, that'd be great, because right now I got it written on a chalkboard and I don't have any data and I don't know where anything is and I have to update this chalkboard." So our thing was going to tell you where everything was on the base and how many and where and what its condition was. And so I turned back to my engineers. "Okay, what if we just did it like every half hour or hour? How would your Oh, they're like, "We're fine. We're good now. We got a battery life to be like 10 years. So because they were over designing it to start talking out every 30 seconds, it was hitting the battery. It's like having your phone make a phone call every 30 seconds. It's going to kill the battery. So I found out, well, actually I could do it once a day, but we'll do it a little more than that. We'll do it like once an hour. Oh yeah, we're good. So that's what you get from inviting stakeholders who have a real visibility of what's going on. They can tell you what they need or don't need, and what would make them happy. And my goal at that point was to get stuff deployed. And in that project, take an very agile approach to the entire thing, way before I knew what agile was, because this is back in the 90s. We got stuff deployed out into the field in 6 months. No one's ever done that. They didn't do that before. So it was working, and I had internet. Anyway, thumbs up. Have a good day. Tomorrow is our 365th day. Please hit the like button, the link button. I don't think there was a lot of people on the internet yesterday. Probably Monday, probably on holidays. But we're going to do it. I'm going to do a Coke experiment right here. I think I'm visually, concept-wise, a little bottle of Coke right in front of the camera. We'll see if the kid wakes up, put the cat in, the whole crew, the whole 5 Mester Scrum 5 Mester Scrum crew will be on hand for our 1 year anniversary. So with that, I wish you best. Take a good day. Happy scrumming, and take care. Stay healthy. Bye. See ya.